I'm Art Thompson. I'm back here with Paul Gagon from G&L, and Paul's brought several guitars up for us to check out. The first here is the ASAT Deluxe Carve Top, and this is a new model, right? You want to tell us about it?
Yeah, we've just actually we're just shipping this right now. We have the classic ASAT tele type body style here. Got your nice little tummy cut here for those of us with a little extra weight. Beautiful carve top on that thing here, and you got your flame maple laminate on the top. And what we did is we are getting into some humbucking pickups here. These are some custom design ones that we're doing here at G&L. And a lot of the design of these pickups that we're having on all these new guitars here is we're spending a lot more time kind of trying to figure out what vibe we're going for the guitar, and checking the weight of the thing, the type of neck that's going to be on here, and we're able to just adjust the winds on the pickups to try to match the body that we're going to put these pickups in. And so we've got these little chrome humbuckers here. We've got to go through extra process of potting them, because as you know, you put chrome covers on the pickup, and if you don't pot them real well, then they start to squeal on you. So a lot of care goes into these things here. But this is the ASAT Deluxe. We've got two other models here now. This is the Fiorano, and then we have the Ascari. These are kind of a new departure for the G&L tribute line here, as we're getting into this, set neck, or the neck through body type design here, and getting into the arch top of it.
So this is, you'd kind of think of this as sort of a hybrid tele kind of an instrument, right? I mean, it's a humbucker equipped, that kind of T-style guitar.
Oh, exactly. Like you go, well, let's just take the tele body style here and try to modernize it, put a nice little carve on the top, beautiful flame on it. The controls, what you'd expect for humbuckers. You put in a couple of 500K audio pots in there, and
is there coil splitting on this?
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
And you flip into the two outside coils here, staying in the humbucking mode when you're in the two together.
And now this bridge is a classic type of G&L.
It really is, and it's a great tone. It's got a lot of mass to it, and also you can't see here, but there's actually a foot. A piece of metal that goes in and anchors into the body, and what we're trying to do is distribute as much of the vibration through the body and give as much sustain to this thing as you can. It's actually one of my favorite bridges. This thing is so great.
It's a laminate top, so the back wood is actually what on this?
Well, you look at this one here, like we have like the mahogany backs on them. We could do these where you'd have alder or other types of woods here, but the way that we're going to come out with this thing here is you got your mahogany back. And you can still see the grain in it. It's pretty nice there. And then we put on a thin veneer of this flame book-benched maple on the top there. It's gorgeous. The see-through black is very good. We also do it on the reds, and who knows, maybe come up with some other cool colors too.
Yeah. This is a 24 3/4 inch scale, correct, with 22 frets. And its companion model is 25.5 inch scale with 24 frets, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. How did these designs come together?
Well, what we're trying to do, and this is actually we have Dave McLaren and I were sitting down kind of together with this, going, we've got to expand this guitar line. We want to move into areas that be a little bit more aggressive, a little tougher. So we were starting off kind of with a basic concept of, well, you want the whole neck through, you want the little 2-degree pitch on it and 14-degree on the headstock. You kind of in your mind, you know what you want, but then you always struggle with the body shape of this stuff here. And so I go, well, there's only one guy that I really admire and respect for guitar design. That's Grover Jackson, because I worked with him for about 7 years during the heyday in the early and then to the late 80s. And so I called Grover up and I said, I could use your help here. I'm trying to come up with a classic design that that like beckons you to come and play the thing there. We sat down in front of his little computer system. He's got all this little CAD and just drawing and okay, let's slap a neck on the thing here, and you just start playing with the curves and where do we want this balance point here to be? It should be up above this fret here. Okay, let's work on the shape of here, and how are we going to taper this down here? I'm talking just weeks and weeks of staring at a computer screen, looking at the basic shape. So many parts of these guitars just took weeks of just agonizing and grueling trial and error. Same deal with these pickups on all these. We just started off with a particular winding pattern and a number of turns and design on it, and just go, okay, well, let's kick it up. It needs to be a little bit more balanced in the neck and the bridge, and so.
Now, hardware-wise, you took a departure from the usual G&L's, going with a Tune-O-Matic and a stop tailpiece. What was the thinking there?
Wanted it to look like it belonged on the instrument. The G&L bridge, it's a great bridge, but when you put it on there, you go, it's almost like you go, that doesn't belong there aesthetically. And so I go, well, if we're going to put this format on there, we'll use one of the Tone Pros, something that would lock it on tight there, because I always hate that we take the strings off and everything falls on the floor. So we got the tone locks on here, and same deal. Both of these you can pull up. You got your coil tap going to your outside coils there, and humbucker went in the center there. And boy, just a lot of care went into these things
like
here.
Now the pickups, are the pickups approximately the same on these guitars, except one is covered and one is?
They're very close. What we tried to do on these is you'll tailor them just a little bit. Like you might put a couple extra turns on the bridge one, on this one, and when you pull covers off, you naturally get a lot more just kind of top end anyway and stuff. So if you pull the covers off here and you go, that starts a little bright, well then you better add a little bit more wind or add a little bit more meat to them. And also, if you're trying to get more of a classic, almost like the Les Paul, PAF type things here, you want to keep that winding pattern there. But on here, you're not really as concerned with that. So
these are your designs, right?
Yes, yeah. These are ones that I worked with. I designed Grover's line of the Jackson pickups, and we did a tremendous amount of work in that period of time. This is in the middle '80s. You got to imagine that the whole Charvel Jackson guitar era, you had every metalhead on the planet marching through that facility there, which was great for us, because now all I could do is just go, hey, could you try our pickups? I got my machine right here. I'll wind up a set for you. It was really interesting because you could get a wide sampling of these guys and what they liked in pickups. And so we actually had a line of about a dozen so pickups that were pretty much just what they thought was the great pickup sound.
Right.
And so I started with those and kind of go, okay, well, we're going to put this on very similar guitars to what we were doing in the Jackson era. So let's start there and then just manipulate things and move them around to, you try to come up with a general consensus of people, because if I make a pickup, I go, this is the proper pickup and this is the one you got to have in that guitar. Well, that won't get you very far.
Yeah.
So you go, what would most people find appropriate? What's my starting point?
Yeah. So you're kind of, in a very general sense, you'd kind of a guy that liked Gibson patent applied for style humbuckers.
Would love the neck.
Lightnings.
The bridge, it's wound a lot heavier. It's
Yeah.
still an Alnico thing, but it's a little more grit and output on it.
Okay.
I don't know. This is such a multi-purpose guitar.
Yeah.
You can do just so many things on it. That one you're trying to prove a point. You want to hurt somebody with that. So. Yeah.
Well, Paul, once again, thanks a lot for bringing these up and sharing your thoughts with us about them. And we'll be reviewing these instruments in an upcoming issue, and we certainly look forward to doing that. So thanks again.
Thank you.